Tonight, my topic of discussion is POW. When I say POW, what's the first thing that springs to mind? Prisoner of war? Power of woman? Or Prince of Wales? Probably not. Well, I mean POW saying psychology of winning. Psychology of winning is the key to life, the key to success. There's two types of people, winners and losers. Winners are positive, losers are negative. Winners have motivation, losers don't. Winners have aims, they have goals, they have targets, they have things they want to achieve in life, they want to succeed in. Winners try hard to achieve what they want to succeed. Losers sit back and let life drag them along. Winners grab life by the hand and they run towards their goals and the things they want to succeed. There's 10 points, 10 qualities of a winning human being, and I'm going to mention one of them tonight. The first point is positive self-expectancy. What is positive self-expectancy? Positive self-expectancy is optimism. It's the key to success, the key to life, the key to a good life. Positive self-expectancy is a quality of a winning person who is motivated, someone who wants to succeed in life, someone who has ambitions they want to achieve. For example, I want to become a doctor. If I have positive self-expectancy, I will do research, I'll check the doctor schools, I'll see how much the license costs, I'll see where I want to work, how much they get paid, things like that. If I really want to become a doctor, I will look up everything about it. Losers sit back and they let life come to them. They don't do anything, they just sit back. There's something called the law of expectation. There's a saying, you get what you expect. You get what you expect. Jan Ali told me a story that once in his village when he was younger, a boy came to do a speech. He had given speeches before and was known for his talent. He recited a speech and Jan Ali and his cousins attended it. His cousin said to him, I bet you cannot do better than that. Jan Ali said to himself in his head, I can do better than that, and I will do better than that. He put something in his head that he's going to do it, his first speech. The same year on the 10th of Muharram, he gave a speech in front of many, many people. Everybody was impressed, amazed, overwhelmed. Look where he is now. One thing is a start to a massive person, a winning person who is positive and motivated. Motivated is energy that comes from hope and success. A person has to be determined. They can't be lazy and sit back. They have to be serious about what they want to do. For example, there's a person named Helen Keller. You might have heard of them. She is blind and deaf since her infancy, and she has devoted her life to help that of others. She has changed the life of many people, creating campaigns, writing books, starting awareness of people in need. And look what she has achieved with her condition. When salawat. A winning person looks at the good side of things. He looks at things as opportunity, problems as opportunity. If there's a problem, he thinks what good can come out of it. There's a story of a successful businessman in America. He used the term, that's good, for everything that happened. Company decreases in value, he loses money, he loses a business partner, he loses a client, he loses a special deal, an opportunity. He says, that's good, no matter what happens. One day he was notified that his $40 million company went bankrupt, from 40 million to zero. He comes out into his office of over 200 employees. Everyone's waiting for his response. That's good. That's good. He isn't depressed. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't get stressed. He smiles saying, that's good. Good. The following week, he starts a brand new company, a completely different business, and within a year it grows to over 300 million US dollars and over 2,000 employees. 2,000 employees. Salawat. There's a hadith from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Behind every problem, there are two blessings. Even if the problem's small or big, there's always two blessings. If you're patient, if you relax, if you don't get angry or go into depression, you will receive these two blessings. Easy. Salawat. Yas is the second greatest sin, right? It's the despair and hopelessness of Allah's mercy. And people who commit Yas, it's the second worst sin than shirk, isn't it? It's really bad. And people who commit Yas usually commit Yas because they have gone too much haram and they think it's too late. They think that Allah will not pardon them. But Allah will pardon them if they are sincere. They continue to commit haram thinking they're going to hell anyway, so what's the point? Salawat. You must be hopeful, don't be hopeless. You must be hopeful, it's imperative, very important. You must be hopeful of Allah and hopeful of your worldly desires.
Narae Takbir! Narae Risala! Narae Haydari!
There's a story I'm sure you've all heard about a jeweler. A jeweler, a monarch of the king, gave a pearl or a diamond to this jeweler, and the jeweler's son got hold of it thinking it's a toy, and he broke it into two pieces. Now the jeweler was very scared, thinking the king was going to have him killed. He recited a dua of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He recited this dua. He was hopeful, he didn't lose hope. He recited the dua, and upon reciting it, a messenger of the king arrived, saying that he needed the pearl to be powdered to cure his daughter. In history, there are many tyrants that have oppressed the representatives of Allah, the prophets and the imams. One example is Hazrat Ibrahim was about to be thrown into the fire of Namrud, and while flying through the air, while airborne, the fire was cooled down by Allah's intervention. Allah stopped the plans of the evil, protecting his representatives. Another story of Hazrat Musa. Fir'aun tried to kill Hazrat Musa while he was in the womb of his mother, while he was growing up. And he failed, yet Hazrat Musa grew up in the lap of Fir'aun without even realizing. Another story of Hazrat Ibrahim. He was in the forest, he was going through the forest, and he saw this guy praying. He was praying and he wasn't stopping, he was praying for hours and hours, and Hazrat Ibrahim was watching him. Hazrat Ibrahim said, "Can I join you in prayer?" They prayed together, and then the man invited Hazrat Ibrahim to his house, not knowing that was Hazrat Ibrahim. They went to the house. Hazrat Ibrahim suggested, "Shall we pray for the believers who have sinned, for their forgiveness?" The man said, "No, I've been praying for one thing for 30 years, and one thing only, and that one day I saw a child grazing his sheep in the fields. His name, he was really beautiful, his name was Ismail." He asked Ismail, this man, "Who is your father?" And Ismail replied saying, "My father is the friend of Allah." The man was praying 30 years non-stop for this thing only, nothing else. And Hazrat Ibrahim said, "Your dua has been accepted. I am that Ibrahim."
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
When Prophet Muhammad announced his prophecy, his message from Allah, the people of Makkah, the evil people, were trying to kill him. No matter what they did, they failed. They found Imam Ali in Prophet Muhammad's bed. They went to the cave thinking there's no one in there. They left. He's won many battles, Battle of Uhud, Battle of Jamal, all these battles, and he survived because Allah is protecting him. Allah also has the power of creating people with His unlimited blessings. For example, Hazrat Isa was created, obviously without a father. Janabe Maryam was untouched, so that's Allah's supreme power, isn't it? Salawat. The other example is Hazrat Adam. He had no parents, he was created from clay by Allah. And that's his beautiful blessings, supreme power. Now there's also the story of the people of the cave, I'm sure you've all heard of it. 7 people announced that the tyrant, they stood up to him, and they followed Allah's path of light, path of blessing, path of belief, path of belief. And they stood up to him and they went and hid in a cave. They must have been there for over 300 years and they came out alive. That's the blessing of Allah. Salawat. Thanks for listening to my speech. Wiladat Mubarak to everybody. Thank you very much.
Very good.